Hello, this is AI, and welcome to the Man-to-Man podcast. So, last time I was talking about my confession on pornography. Today, I'll be talking about. Trust me, these things are hard. Okay. I don't even know how and where I get the strength from to say these things, but I don't know like what I've been through, and I don't sound like what I've been through. I'm naked. I'm coming naked before you guys, and I'm unashamed. And like I said, I'm doing this so that each and every one of you listening to me, you can also get to this point where you can deal with what you're struggling with. So today I'll be talking about masturbation, how I struggled with masturbation. One thing I've come to realize that it is easier for me to even say what I want to talk about than for me to even start talking about it. Okay. Yeah, so watching those pornography videos, watching those sex scenes, blue films, it didn't just leave me at watching them alone. I had to respond to the erection, I had to respond to the erection, and most times, these things I would watch them alone. So probably, if it was during the daytime, the next thing that would have happened would have been, to have sex. But since I was usually alone in my room and at night, the only way to respond to it was to truck hard on my manhood. That feeling when you're holding your manhood and you're shrugging it up and down. The sensation, the energy, the blood rush, the feeling of satisfaction immediately. And when you get to that point of excreting sperm, all that emotional rush will just come to an end. Most times, it would be on my bed, and when I'm done, my boxer is all soaked. Most times, or rather other times, when I'm done and when I sleep, the wet dreams will set in. So, as if getting wet when I did it physically wasn't enough, I would wake up and have wet dreams. And there were some nights that I didn't even watch pornography or I didn't even masturbate. But that memory, it stuck. The memory of the pornography stuck. So it registered, and I would have wet dreams, and I would dream about these things, and when I wake up, I know something has happened. There was an evidence, there was a soaking. My boxer would tell me that something has happened. Guys, that it's there's no way that only your boxer will get soaked. Your pajamas, if you're wearing pajamas, If you went even wearing a pajamas that night, your bed sheet would feel it. Whew. Most times I would masturbate in the bathroom. Most times I usually masturbate while watching a picture of a naked girl. Most times while I'm having sex chat on 2Go, when they send the nude pics, I would masturbate. I got so addicted to it that that was all I ever wanted. If there was no sex chatting, if there was no pornography, and if there was no masturbation, I couldn't go 2 days without doing it. I couldn't. I just had to find a way around it. There was this desire, this craving, this want for it. And each time I was done, I would feel dirty. One of the most scariest parts was waking up every morning. You can smell it from you can smell it. Yeah, you can perceive it. So I wake up every morning and I'm like, sometimes I wake up so late and it is my mom's call that is waking me up, and I will be so scared. I hope she doesn't smell this thing. And quickly I'll pull off my boxer and just fold it and then hide it somewhere. Then gently, next time I will just wash it and then. So I've had to deal with masturbation. Yes, I used to struggle with masturbation. And I can tell you that right now, I'm no longer addicted to masturbation. I can't remember the last time I masturbated. I think it's 7 to 8 years. Same with pornography. For 7 to 8 years, I haven't masturbated. So I've been able to deal with that. And it's possible, I used to think that it's not possible. In fact, I didn't even know when I started, I didn't even know that this is what it was called. I just thought it was one of those normal things that guys do. But right now, I don't struggle with masturbation anymore, and it's possible not to be addicted to masturbation. It's very possible. Society has taught us that some of these things that we struggle with, that there's no help for us. Hey, guys, man, that's why I'm here on this podcast to tell you that it is possible to end the addiction. I am an ex-masturbator. It's possible to come out of it. Very possible. If I came out of it, you can come out of it. It wasn't easy dealing. It wasn't easy fighting those battles. I remember those nights. When I told myself I would not do it anymore, I remember those nights, just after saying I will not do it, and I'm browsing, the image would pop up. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. And I'll click X the first time. I'll keep on browsing. It will pop up again. I'll click X again. But I'll go back. I'll just find myself somehow. No matter how many X's I clicked, I still knew that it was just a matter of XXX, and I'm back on the website watching it. No matter how many X's I clicked, I knew that the image had already registered on my mind. So X marks the spot, and it was just a little trigger. So it got to a point that I wasn't even, when I was dealing with pornography and masturbation, it got to a point that you see, it got to a point that wow. It got to a point that I was fighting. While fighting, I wouldn't go to the website, but while lying down on my bed, those images would flash. My imagination got active. I would visualize these things. So I was no longer using my phone or a laptop to watch pornography and to masturbate. The images were just coming at me. It became an obsession. So I would close my eyes about to sleep. Those five minutes on my bed, the images I would watch. I was watching it with my mind. And I would find myself masturbating again. The hard part of having to deal with this addiction wasn't staying away from watching it on my phone or on my laptop or even on the movies. The hard part about this was knowing that the images were registered in my head. It felt like the only way to stop it was to die. It felt like I needed to get a brainwash. If I needed to forget, it was difficult to forget. Getting those images out of my mind was difficult. I thought that I would never overcome it. I really didn't know what to do. Trust me. I didn't even have anyone to talk to. I tried talking to some persons, but I just couldn't bring myself to share. Society has taught us as men that we shouldn't share what we are going through. So society doesn't give room for us as men to talk about the things we are going through, the issues we are going through. So it all bottled up inside me. But I didn't give up on the fight. I didn't give up on trying to win my private battles. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Finding a way to distract my mind, fighting with my thoughts, it wasn't easy. But you see, now I can look back and I can say that I'm no longer addicted to masturbation. And I'm glad that I didn't give up on that fight. And I don't want you to give up on your fight either. You can break out. If I broke out of that prison, you can break out too. Yes, you can break out too. If you feel like sharing with me, feel free. You can drop me a mail. You can do a recording and send to my email, or you can type. Whatever would work for you. My email is annaian SE01@gmail.com. I'll spell ANAINYANG01@gmail.com. Don't give up on this struggle. It's possible to overcome masturbation. You're not in this alone. I've been there. You have what it takes to end it. So keep fighting. Keep pushing. Keep dealing. And one day you'd look back and you would realize that the more you blocked your thoughts, the more you distracted yourself, the less masturbation or pornography had a grip on you. And one day you pick up your phone and don't feel like watching pornography. One day you just realize that you don't feel like masturbating anymore. One day you will realize that you'd go weeks, you'd go months without that urge of shrugging on your manhood. You'll be happy when that day comes. It's not far from now. I'm not talking about 1 year. I'm not talking about 2 years. I'm talking about something that if you stay on it, you can get rid of it in 2 weeks, in 1 month, in 2 months. So this is my confession. I used to struggle with masturbation, and now I'm no longer addicted to masturbation. So thank you for listening to this podcast. Best regards.